Poli Sci. How we doing out there? Dr. P right here in Low Fidelity Studios, New Orleans. Right in with what you got going on, people. YouTube, Instagram, we everywhere. Right in. Okay, down to business. We got that Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi, and we got our Blackjack gum over here, and we got that all familiar feeling. That feeling that it's time for a Lo-Fi Live show, people. That's right. We getting started with some Lo-Fi global news, but some little Lo-Fi local for you at first, all right? On April 7th at Tulane University in the Lake Hall Theater, Lo-Fi Live returns, and this time it's called The Spill. Power Politics in the Media. Come on out for a 5 to 6 p.m. showtime and a 6 to 7 p.m. social hour and meet and greet right after the show. And yes, it's definitely time to bring it back, well, you know. But now it's more news from around the world. Out in Hungary, where resident Prime Minister Viktor Orban resides, you know who I mean, they just passed a law banning LGBTQ pride events throughout the country. And within this law, it even allows the government to use facial recognition software to identify and record anyone who goes to these events. The government is starting a list of people who are pro-LGBTQ+. And thousands of people have taken up to the streets to protest in Budapest to let their anger be known. And this is insane, people. This is truly digital authoritarianism. In a country that claims to be democracy that is part of the European Union, they're creating a database to keep track of people that the government doesn't like from the LGBTQ+ community or from those who support the community. Eyes open, Lo-Fi. Digital authoritarianism is on the rise, and in more places than you think, and in more ways than you know. Now out into Brazil with an update on former President Bolsonaro, who was being charged with insurrection as his followers stormed and took over the Capitol building after he lost his election in a rebid for the presidency. Well, he was appealing that. But the Supreme Court of Brazil said, nope, you are going on trial for supporting or creating a coup attempt. And to that we say, former President Bolsonaro, see you on the other side of the judicial system. And onward we go to Indonesia, where if you didn't know, patchouli is a big thing. Yeah, you know how lots of people like patchouli oil and whatnot got big with the hippies and stuck around a bit and faded away and then got bigger again. Well, that's all well and good, except if you live in Indonesia and you like the forest. You see, Indonesia has some of the rarest plants and animals and the most beautiful forests that can hardly be found anywhere else, like the amazing orangutan, but also like plants that make patchouli oil. And since it's gained so much popularity over the past few years and more people are in Indonesia, they're cutting down more forest and starting to plant farms for the sole purpose of making patchouli oil. And that hits the biodiversity really hard. It also makes the island country quite susceptible to landslides and mudslides because the trees and the roots that keep the ground together are disappearing. So patchouli oil, people, think about Indonesia. And the last piece of news to send you on your way for the day. To Mexico we go, where the government has officially banned, and that ban has come into effect, no junk food in schools in all of Mexico. No overly sugary or overly salty treats. Things that are bad for your health, for the development of a child. Things that could cause obesity and diabetes. Government of Mexico says no more. No more junk food in school. What an interesting idea, is it not? Right into the show with what you think. Instagram and YouTube, there you go. And don't forget to eat your cereal with a fork and to do your homework in the dark. Love you, Lo-Fi. And this, just a snap of what's going on in the world today. Bring it down, man, like. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Pickering, signing off.